This is the UK's first Reform pub, located in Blackpool. Reform UK is a political party, led by Nigel Farage, and it seems people across the country either love him in the party, or absolutely despise him in the party. Whether this be for some of their strong policies on immigration, removing DEI, and pledging to make Britain great again. So I'm going to the Reform pub today to speak with the owner and customers about their pub, and see what it's like for myself. Join me. What made you want to turn your pub into a Reform pub?
Because I support everything that Reform stands for, I believe in.
And what's the main things that you believe in that they stand for?
I think they'll get the job done instead of the people that are already trying to look after this country and they're not doing it.
Obviously at the moment this pub is going quite viral for its support of reform. How would you feel about all that?
Yeah, I'm happy about it, yeah. I'm not very political myself, but I've spoke to the owner, Nick, about it and stuff like that, and I agree with it, to be honest, so it's good.
You feel quite positive about what Reform's saying they're going to do? You want them in for the next election?
I do actually, yeah, because I've never really been a big voter, but now, this year, I am going to vote, and I'm going to vote for Reform.
What appeals to you the most about them?
It's common sense policies. It's everything's got water's gone up, sky's gone up, and it's just unaffordable. That's why pubs are shutting down left, right and centre.
And do you think they'll be able to help pubs and local businesses out with improving those things?
I think so, yeah.
Obviously with this pub, it's getting a lot of traction at the moment in the media with them showing out their outward support for reform. How do you feel about all of that?
I don't think I've got a feeling about it in any way, shape or form. So long as it doesn't change for the people that have been coming in all this time that like to play bingo and Sundays don't change. Nothing against it, to be fair.
Did you have to ask for permission from Reform to obviously be able to put it on the pub or anything?
The way it happened was I joined Reform at the beginning of this year. They sent me an email and they were asking for help distributing leaflets. So I'd answered the email back saying, unfortunately, I run a pub, I haven't got the physical time to do it. But I've got a function room if you want to use it for your meetings. They replied by email, but they actually came and seen me. Then I was that excited about it. I phoned my business partner, Pete. He said, I've been a member for over a year. So we had the meeting, we came down here, and we looked at each other and went, I kind of knew what was both on each other's minds. But yeah, let's turn it to Reform, and that's what we've done.
And you've been coming here for a while?
25 years.
25 years. So when you first started coming, I read into a little bit. It used to be for a Conservative Party, was it before?
It used to be a Conservative club, but I weren't a Conservative either.
But that's never bothered you that they've had support for different views to what you might have?
Like, something's got to change, hasn't it? We can't go on as we are. There's no way we can go on as we are. We've got all these boat people coming over, and I'm not prejudiced by any means, because I've got two half-caste boys. But I'll tell you something. They're getting far more than any old age pensioner in the country, and it's not right.
Have you met Nigel Farage and the leaders from Reform, or have that been a bit more?
I've not met anyone official yet. We know that Nigel is going to come down at some point, but I don't know when.
What do you like the most about this pub?
Well, for me, it's the pool and the darts and the people in here, because there's never any trouble in here. Loads of locals that come in. It's a lovely place. Everyone gets along dead well. I've never seen any trouble really, and if there is any trouble, it gets sorted out because everyone looks after each other in here like a family really.
What's your favourite thing about this place?
I like the people, I like the staff, and I like the community that comes in here. And it is a nice club, and it's well looked after.
To you, it's all about just the community, enjoying yourself. The politics side doesn't matter. Whatever they support, they support.
No, politics have never mattered to me. If there's something I don't like, I'm a little bit too straightforward sometimes. I can't say I'm really bothered about politics. I'm 80 now, so there's no point, is there?
What's the general perception sort of been about, obviously, rebranded Reform? Because I know there's quite a few people that are very against Reform.
I mean, it's mainly on the social side of it, of Facebook. I mean, some people put awful, untruth comments on about the place. I mean, you're in it today, and you can see what it's like. If you want to rank, a pint, you try it. You tell me if it's rank, because it certainly isn't rank. I can't afford to search dodgy beer. If I did that, obviously no one will come back again.
So apparently he had reviews saying that the food was bad and that the beer was bad. So the next step for us was to give everything a taste test. Now if you know me, you know that I have a lot of allergies, so I'm unable to test these things myself. That is why I have my trusted cameraman here, so he can test them and review them for us.
That's a good crisp pint, that.
3 out of 10.
On a lovely summer's day like this, a good strong 7.5 out of 10. Look at them fish fingers, plenty of butter on there. Oh, there we go, fish finger balm. Is there anything more British? Solid 8.5 out of 10 for that.
The pints in here are generally really affordable, as well as the food. Is that something that other pubs are ripping people off with prices, or is that something that's going to eat away at your profits?
No, it's what's affordable to us. Obviously, try and keep the prices low because everyone enjoys a pint, but unfortunately, a lot of people can't afford to come out because they've got to pay the bills. People have got to pay the council tax, which wasn't going up, but they put it up. They took the heating allowance away for pensioners. People just can't afford it. After they paid all the bills, they're not left with nothing.
Some people have been flaming it online, you know. What do you think about that?
It's each to their own at the end of the day. If you don't like it, then don't get involved. You know, simple as that. If you do like it, then come along. But if you've got something bad to say about it, then just go away, basically. There's no point, is there? If you want to vote for somebody else, vote for them. If you don't like the reform, don't come here.
They come in here, they don't always talk about politics. In fact, if someone talks about politics, usually get told to shut up. But you know, I mean, they say never talk about politics and religion, but everyone does.
It's always been really busy with the older people and stuff like that coming in, but lately, I'd say in the past year, it's been a lot of the younger generation as well. I know I'm not that old, I'm only 35, but I'm talking like 18, you know, onward, in between that age, and every day, they're in every day. There's people always in now.
Have you had much negative interactions in person about it? Has anyone come in, been a bit arsey with you or anything?
So one or two, yeah, but they probably voted Labour all their life. But it's been great. The response is great. The people that have been down here, I tell you what, lovely people. People should be fine to say who they want to vote for. You've got to speak your mind.
They've been saying that it's a place where you can feel free to speak your mind. Do you think that's something that isn't seen in other areas or other pubs?
You can speak freely in here, but you know, like if anyone's going to come in and start saying things badly, people straight away will stick up for you in here. Everyone's, you know, like they have banter, don't they? You know, there's a lot of banter in here. And to me, though, this is one of the most friendliest pubs in Blackpool. I would 100% say, because there is quite a few rough ones as well, but this is one of the best.
So just for some context here, he's taken us to the upstairs venue. This is where they host karaoke, gigs and dart competitions and other community meetings. Do you do a lot of events up here then over the time?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple cancelled, to be quite honest, because we're involved in politics again, but in the day, I've got to do my bit to vote reform. And that's what I'll do.
What a lot of people do is they talk about politics and they say, oh, I support this and this and that. And obviously they say, oh, people should get out and do something. And obviously you're taking the action on that to do something to help the thing that you believe in.
It's something you've got to do in life, isn't it? You've got to stick up for yourself. Like I said, I've got 3 grandkids now, and I want them to be in a good place, not looking around the corner at night who's behind you. I've seen so much crime develop around this area. I've seen the area change so much, from the little housewives outside brushing the gardens, brushing the pavements, the gutters out. It was spotless, hanging baskets. Then what's happened is associations have brought these houses up and they've shoved problem people, they've moved them, and then it's made the neighbourhood like it is. We're all human beings at the end of the day, and we should all live together and get on with it, because you're not on this planet for long.
Now, before we left, me and my cameraman had to have a game of pool, because he was telling me the whole day that he was going to beat me. Well, that he did. However, I got him back on the other game, so it was okay. Now, to conclude, this is pretty much just your normal average pub, with a bit more of a community feeling and the Reform logo slapped onto it, which has obviously caused it to be talked about a lot, had a lot more controversy, depending on how you feel about the political party Reform. So let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think this was a good move from them? Was it a bad move? Do you agree with it or do you disagree with it? I would love to read your comments.